So I'm going on a float camping trip tomorrow in my kayak with Ace, and it is absolutely fucking pissing down rain right now. I mean, holy shit. I'm really hoping it calms down. Probably gonna definitely have a washed out river if it continues like this for much longer. So, here's hoping. Hopefully we catch, there's a thunder strike, or lightning strike. See if you hear the thunder. There it is. Woo! Man. So, yeah, so hopefully it clears up. Hoping this storm just blows through. It is Oregon, so, you know, they say if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. All right, so I'm going to test out my overnight setup, doing the mild class 2, might be class 2 plus. I know there's 1.3 in there, but I'm not sure what it looks like at this flow. It might be washed out, it might be big, I don't know. But yeah, I probably got like 15 pounds of gear in my boat, counting food and everything like that. But we'll check it out and we'll see how it does. Surf's up, bros. Woo! Woo! I'm loving this weight in the back. I just like auto boost stuff. Like, honestly, like I'm a little bit underweight for this large Mamba. I have the 8.6. I'd fit a lot better in the 8.1. So having that extra weight seems like it's helping me meet the weight range. How's it going, guys? Yeah, it's raining pretty good. It's like 11 o'clock right now and I can't sleep. This fucking rain just hammering down on my tarp. We ate dinner, we got our fire going. It's pretty much been raining since we set up camp. So we've been huddling up underneath here. We had one really eventful thing happen, and I'm going to tell you about that as soon as you watch this part probably. For me, it'll be in the morning, but yeah. As soon as you're done watching me mumble on and stummer about all this shit right now, I got a probably pretty funny, eventful story. I tried getting a clip of it, but I wasn't quick enough, and I'm still kicking myself in the butt because I should have fucking turned my camera on, but I wasn't thinking about turning my camera on. Anyways, I'm gonna probably eat a few cookies and chill out a little bit, listen to some Joe Rogan podcast, and kick back and try drowning out this rain noise. But All right, guys. Thanks for watching. So last night we had a fun experience. We were hanging out right over there behind where the camera's at, kind of sitting on our boats like we are right now. And I got up and I looked up on this ridge side up there, and I seen a couple people up there, and yeah, silhouettes of people. And we're camped out on private property about 20 yards from the river. But the thing is it's like open, what I know now, 1,600 acres of cow pasture. So I didn't think we'd be bothering anyone here. Come in, not leave a trace that we're here and get out.
Just move.
Well, before we seen the people, I had heard a vehicle, or I thought I heard a vehicle up on the hill where they came from. But where we're at, it's kind of like this weird like mountain ridge behind us. And so we decided that the road on the other side of the river, there was a car over there, and we decided that maybe like there's some like audio, some illusions with the audio that we were hearing that made us think that we heard a car over there, but we really didn't, because we had walked up there earlier and literally just open cow pastures, no roads, no nothing. So yeah, we're sitting here, we see the silhouettes, and I was just like, fuck, that was people we heard, was a car. And so I sit down on my kayak and kind of just wait for him to come down and see what happens with it. I was expecting him to come down, and tell us like it wasn't cool that we're here or whatever, and everything. So we're sitting, we're waiting for him to come down. Eventually he comes down. By this point it's getting pretty dark because it was already at dusk, and he yells at us like, put our hands up and shit, and like I still can't see him because he's like right over here behind my hammock where my tarp is set up and stuff, so I can't even see the guy. I have my hands up in there like this, sitting on my thing, and then like he kept on saying with his hands up, and I'm like, I have my hands up. I'm like, do you want me to stand up? Like, I couldn't see him. And so like he turns on a headlamp, hits a headlamp on his head, and you can see the fucker aiming down with a gun at me as he like rounds my hammock, like gun pointed at me, like, and he's like talking with it too, doing like this, and it was like not making me too like, I wasn't too stoked on the guy that was holding the gun. Like the gun wasn't the issue, it was the guy behind it. Like it was like shaking, talking with it, and I just didn't like that. Ace right here decides to chime in and say, can you put the gun away? And the guy didn't like that, needless to say. He pretty much told Ace to fuck off and shut up.
Real quick.
And then like Ace even tried dropping the vet card and stuff. That didn't work. The guy's just like, I'm a vet too. I don't give a fuck, pretty much. And yeah, so that was...
I just said you need to put down your firearm. You can lower your firearm. We're not a threat. And he did not like that.
Yeah, and so I'm just still hands up in there, doing the yes sir, like, trying to explain myself. I'm like, the beach that we were planning on camping on got flooded with the rain that came the night before, so we couldn't camp there. And so I got on my phone, I checked the Google Earth, and I see there's just like open cow pasture. He's yelling about a house that we passed by just upriver. He's like, did you see the house? There's no fucking house, dude, I'm telling you. Like, I look on Google Earth, I'll even pull up an image for you guys showing this whole big old cow pasture. No fucking house. No and house. This guy's like irate, yelling. And I'm like, we can get up out of here if you want, like we'll, fucking stir up our fire. You want to know we had a fire here? We'll take down everything or whatever. And he pretty much told me gets doing that. Mind you, it's getting dark. We floated in here. There's no road access right here. The road access on that side of the road is extremely difficult to get to. So we would have been left with an option of getting on the river and probably finding a beach somewhere and just laying our shit down and sleep on the ground. Yep. But so we start packing up. And about 10 minutes after we start packing up, he had like walked up the hill. He comes back down. Totally different attitude, totally different guy. He
thought it was a different guy.
Yeah, he turns around the corner, and he just pretty much like, so like, what are you guys up to? And then like I told him like, we put in an upriver, and like I've explained, we're trying to make it like this other campsite, but the beach was flooded and whatever, and he totally understood. And then like I told him again about the thing that he shut me down on about like I didn't think there was any houses here, and I checked it, and then that's when he kind of like admitted that like he was bullshitting. Then he's like, yeah, it's 1,600 acres of cow pasture, and what I got, he's the caretaker of it or something like that. And then he went to Ace and was real nice about the vet, like, so you're a veteran. He shook our hands. Yeah. Totally fucking different guy.
Flipped the card big time.
Yeah, it was pretty weird how he came out. Just different. He told us it was okay that we stayed here for the night. Just told us to like clean up our stuff, and he was really nice. Shook our hands. Even made the joke telling us not to freeze at night tonight because it'd make extra paperwork for him.
But yeah, no. So that was our eventful story. We really thought we were gonna have to get back out on the river at like 9 o'clock at night,
Like
which really,
dark.
really sucked. Everything was wet. We had our whole setup done.
Dry suits were off. Everything was off.
It takes a bit of time to make sure that you securely get everything in your boat and get it where it's dry, and that you get everything in the right spot. Because especially my kayak, you got to really make sure you have it weighed out. So I wasn't really ecstatic about having to pack my boat up and go. But so luckily he let us stay. But yeah, so that was the interesting thing for this trip, I imagine. We didn't have tough whitewater. We just had a gun pointed at us instead.
Yeah,
I just wanted to come out here for a leisure run to practice paddling my boat, load it down here, and get a gun pointed at me. So yeah.
First kayak.
Also, really kicking myself in the ass that I didn't fucking turn my camera on when I fucking seen him walking down the fucking hill. Like when I seen him on the ridge line up there. I should have fucking turned my camera on. I would have got all that on tape. As it was, I didn't get to turn it on until like after he took the gun down and he was letting us move around camp and pack up camp. And I kind of like, my camera's on a tripod over by my boat, and I have the red light flashing option off, and so it doesn't flash that red light. And I kind of click that and set it up. So I'll put that clip up of that I got of that. But I don't think by that time he was done yelling. He had walked. Take down my hammock first. Pack out my dry bags first. Just had a guy pull a gun on us, and so we're gonna have to relocate our camp at night and get back on the river. Holy shit.